It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
This right here is Car Con Carne. Car Con Carne is a Q101 podcast. I'm James Van Alstyne. Car Con Carne is sponsored by Easy Automation. Safety and security are things that you and I want. They're things that me and Ryan Argast want, need, and expect. What if you could always come home to a well-lighted house knowing that you and everyone inside were safe? Or know that package you ordered, maybe it's a cool Marina City t-shirt, know that it was delivered and secured. Embrace the future of smart living. It's time. Empower your home with intuitive control. Call my guy Dan at Easy Automation for a free, no-hassle quote, 630-730-3728, or visit easy-automation.net. Ryan Argast is my guest. He is the frontman of the much-beloved band Marina City, returning to Car Con Carne. This is a big deal, Ryan Argast of Marina City. This is your first time at Johnnie's.
This is my first time at Johnnie's. I'm very excited.
I mean, you know the legend, you know the lore.
I knew exactly when you said it. It was actually one of those things where I was like, yes. Like I was like, yes, thank you for popping this chair. This is something that I wanted to do for a long time.
Must you put it like that?
Well, we are in a car. You know, there's seen a lot of.
Yeah. So Marina City, the new EP is Reflections. I have hot Italian beef on my lap. If I had a nickel for every time I had to say that. So let's eat so we can talk. I mean, my lap is warm and it smells juicy. I got us the same thing. It's just easier to distribute. French fries.
I'm not a picky guy. You're not a picky guy.
Don't fill up on fries, Ryan.
Yeah, of course.
All right, here we go.
Fries.
Prepare to receive the beef.
I've received.
Now, my question to you, Ryan Argast.
This is heavy.
It is
You
heavy.
feel it.
My question to you, are you ready to get weird?
I am. That's what I come here for.
I mean, are you ready to do something really fucking weird right now?
Give it to me.
Okay. I learned this trick from my pal Louis Mendocino of Cobra Lounge. I am going to bust out exam gloves.
Okay.
He did this when we ate buffalo wings in the car. And when he did it, I thought, this is brilliant. You never need to wash your hands after eating wings. Now, I've had Johnnie's beef a zillion times, and I've never emerged unscathed. It makes my hands smell like gravy and pepper. It rolls down my arms. I'm going to eat my beef eating gloves. You don't have to.
Let's do it. Let's do it together. Let's dissect it together.
You want to get weird? Put on some rubber gloves.
Yeah. Let's get it. I'm here. I'm all in for the Car Con experience.
When Louis busted him out, he brought him into the car. He's like, "You're going to think this is weird," and it looked weird. And then I had that momentary flash where I'm like, "This is the smartest thing. How have I never seen anyone do this before?"
Especially in a car.
Especially in a car. So I'm going
That's a professional car eater.
I am a professional car eater. Oh wait.
All right.
Extra glove there. These aren't cheap, I came to learn when I stopped by the local Walgreens near Johnnie's.
Oh.
Yes.
All right, we're going in.
We're going in. That if I isolate that as a clip, that'll be the most profane and weird thing I could put on my social media accounts. That's the snap you look for right there.
That's when you know it's a good glove.
Uh-huh. All right, let's do this.
I'm going to put my napkins down.
I didn't order it dipped or anything like that because it's just naturally
dipped.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking about that too, but I was, you're the boss, you know what's going on. I don't want to.
It goes pretty quickly. See, I think you're going to be thanking me, Ryan. I'm look at this. I'm never ever able to bare hand this. No problem. I've got the rubber exam glove.
That is true. I got to tell you, you've never led me astray in anything that we've done on this show. I mean, granted, we've had Gene and Jude's, which obviously classic. We've
barbecue.
Had City Barbecue. That was probably the best barbecue. That was amazing. We've had, there's someplace on the south side.
We went to Freddy's.
Was it Freddy's?
Over by the Sox Park, yeah.
Yeah, that was great. That was really great.
Now, the Jardinera is going to tear your head off. It's super hot.
Oh, that's how I like it.
Look at this. I'm a genius.
That is really great. Well, who told you about this again?
Louis from Cobra Lounge.
Louis from Cobra Lounge. We just played Cobra Lounge.
I know, you played with Letdown, right?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was awesome. It was really cool. Have you met Letdown?
I have.
You know those peeps? Yeah, they're good. They're good guys, and they welcomed us really well. And Cobra Lounge is really great. We've only been able to play there a few times, and it's just really, that was like, I feel like Cobra Lounge is a great. What is the Chicago music scene like? Yeah, you can go to Cobra Lounge. Cobra Lounge is one of those beat kitchens, the empty bottles, those kind of thing.
Nice, small, loud room.
Rock and roll.
When you're in it, you're in that room.
Yeah.
You're in the music. All right, what do you think? This is your first Johnny's Beef.
I love it.
It's great, right?
It's juicy. It's soft. It's got that nice crunch.
The flavor.
The flavorful. Yeah, this is what you want a beef to be.
But with an Italian beef, it's a game of beat the clock. Like, you only have X amount of time before the bun gives way.
That's right. That's right.
Like, you're going to lose integrity.
And see, when I go out, I'm usually getting baptized, so I'm fork and knife in it later. This is great.
And again, not to beat a dead horse, I'm feeling really righteous about the gloves. Mm-hmm. No fuss, no fuss.
I think my wife would be really proud that I actually did this. She'd be like, "Wow, that was a really good idea."
She was expecting you to come home smelling like gravy.
She's like, "Great, another Tuesday night."
So, we haven't talked since you did The Voice, have we? I mean, we haven't done an interview. We've talked, but
yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah.
I mean, it seemed like I honestly I expected you to go farther than you did.
Well, I appreciate you. We did an episode after American Idol and this, but this is actually was shown. I like I just said, I've done American Idol and I've done The Voice, and if anyone was to ever want to do those things, I would just say a couple things. One, like, American Idol is boot camp and The Voice is summer camp, and I had a really, really great time on The Voice. From the people that were on it to the staff to the coaches.
It seems like a very supportive show.
Yeah, I mean they literally wanted you to succeed, which was really great. I really, really enjoyed that. Now, what I would say about someone trying to do it, I think you have to have a really, really great self-confidence and understand that it is a TV show. And, I mean, that's obvious when you say that, but it's not so obvious when you're there. So, like, I mean, just for example, I was... This is nothing against my partner that when I got eliminated, but I was pretty shocked that I was kicked off as early because there were no signs at all in any audition, in any kind of thing, and in any practice that the signs pointed that I was leaving that early. It was pretty supportive to the point where it was like, dude, you got this. This is, and you're getting saved, or all these things. And to see it go the opposite way, I just think that in the end, it wasn't the people that I was really with all the time and impressed with were not really the people that had a lot of say, and the people who had a lot of say already knew what they were trying to do from the very beginning. And it is what it is. So
did you have to put on a poker face?
Well, I'm about what, getting kicked off?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm like my partner did a really great job, and I don't have any ill will towards her. So it was one of those things where like someone's got to go home. Only one winner. But obviously I was just like, wow, really? Like, I thought I did a really great job. In fact, I don't regret literally anything that I did. Like, I listened to that performance over and over and over again, dissecting, be like, what did I do wrong? And it's just one of those things where you realize, like, no, it's just a show. It's like they wanted country. They like country. Country does really well for the show.
Right. And
in the end, rock is going to lose 10 times out of 10.
And also, it's not that you did anything wrong. It's just a lot of people did stuff that was right.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, in all, good experience. Mm-hmm. I mean, from a marketing perspective, from a branding perspective, did it help Marina City?
That's another thing about these singing shows. It's all about what you make of it. I don't know. I mean, I think it has helped me a lot in getting my own solo gigs for like weddings and hotel gigs and private gigs. When you just tell someone you were on the show, they're like, oh my God, I want to book you. As far as like where Marina City, I mean, I think our name and what we've done has probably helped us more than the show really did.
That makes sense.
It doesn't really like compute too much, and I think that the rock thing coming from there, there's not a lot of those people that are really watching the show anyways to really care, and I think that a lot of people who watch The Voice tend to be a demographic that's not really like is an older demographic, a more Central America demographic. So with that being said, it has helped me as an individual, and as it transferred to Marina City, not as much as I maybe thought it was going to. But what I will say again is that it's all what you make of it. It's about grabbing those people as much as possible, releasing content, releasing music, connecting with them as much as possible. Stuff that I always talk about. But I also think that once you're off The Voice, like I was actually talking to a good friend of mine that was on The Voice way longer. I mean, he got all the way to as far as you could possibly go, and like once he was off, like that was the last time he really talked to them. It's not like they're really developing. It's just like, all right, on to the next season. And and if you know that, then you just feel a little bit better about it than you think like this is my big break. I don't think anyone gets a big break. Actually, I think what happens is that you get little small breaks, and instead of point A to point Z, which is what Hollywood always tells you is going to happen, it's actually point A to point B to point C to point D, and so on and so forth. And
you still got to climb.
Exactly, and I think that it helped, and it got me more notoriety as Ryan Argast, and I make a living off of just doing music, and that has helped a lot.
That's the American dream.
That is the American dream.
Make money doing what you love.
That's exactly what I'm doing. So in that sense, yeah, it's helped a lot. But that doesn't diminish all the work that Marina City has done to get to where we're at from it.
So, reflections, back to Marina City.
Oh.
New EP, in the words of Marina City, the singles show the range of the trio from attitude-driven riffs, those addicting grooves, nuanced production, and Argast's emotionally raw vocals. I don't know if we're ready to take those vocals raw. Cover that shit up.
That's why we got gloves.
Here's the thing about the Italian beef at Johnnie's. It's really good. You're almost done. Tell me you wouldn't want another one when this is over.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I know it's wrong.
I would totally have another one. Not like my body doesn't need it. Like, I'm totally fine. But that would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's like candy. It's meat candy.
You can't just
and the soggy French roll, like it all works
it's
together.
easier to go down.
It all works. All right, so the Reflections EP, starting off with Who Are You Now? My first thought in the first 30 seconds of the song, they butched it up. They toughed it up a little bit. Like, I'm not complaining about it.
Yeah, yep. I think I even mentioned it off the record with you. I was like, yeah, we're returning a little bit on some of that stuff, and it's been really cool because there's only 3 of us at this point, and I may have even mentioned in the last podcast where it's like I love the other 3 to death. Those are my boys, but I also think that sometimes like a 6-piece, it's a lot of people and it's a lot of heads. There's a lot of cooks in the kitchen, and sometimes you can miss like maybe a little bit more dysfunctional.
Yeah.
And so
it's hard to lock in with 2 more people.
Right.
Yeah.
So with like just Toter, Eric, and I, we like have our roles, and it's just been like really smooth. Like we know what this guy's bringing, when he's bringing it, all that kind of jazz. And because there's less cooks in the kitchen, I feel like Toter has been able to really thrive more. I think he's probably the one that has been able to benefit from it than anyone. And every riff on this record and our new records and everything are from him, and really bolstering that. And I'm always a pop guy. That's what I love, Michael Jackson and Prince and everything, and I came through that. Excuse me. But I just feel like what's been really cool is that we're able to figure out how we can mix it more, where we can keep the catchiness while also giving a little bit of attitude towards it. And I think that's something that a lot of fans can expect from this moment on, especially with Eric's really big into the industrial 9 Inch Nails. Toter's big into the Metallicas, the riffage, and then here it comes with the pop, and we can mix. That's 3 easable things that we can just digestible things for us, and I think we can keep, putting that out, and I'm really excited about
that's
it.
kind of what I think of when I first hooked into you guys. I mean, you had those kind of textures.
Yeah.
Love the other 2 guys. really glad that Toter is not here. Because how long have I known you? Oh, it's been a while. To this day, I still can't pronounce his last name. So it's just easier if he's not in the car because I don't have to fumble my way through his surname.
You know, I don't know if I said this before, and maybe some fans know about this, but we met Toter in Michigan. His band was playing with our band. We were the only two bands playing. It was a snowstorm. Literally nobody showed up to it. The sound guy finished and walked out. He didn't even listen to any of the bands. We met him. We had a good time with him. And then like 3 months later, we were looking for a guitar player. He reached out. He was like, hey, I would really like to try out. But his Facebook said Toter Goon Brnijev. And I was like, there's no way that's what this dude's name is. Like, I was like, what's this dude's name? And everyone's like, oh my God, I forgot what he said his name was. So I'm not kidding. We did 2 auditions and then a rehearsal with him without ever saying his name out to him. Just like, hey, dude, what's up, man? How's it going? Waiting for him to say his name. And we all, like, we came up and like, hey, I'm Ryan. And he goes, nice to meet you.
No, you can't do that.
He doesn't say, I'm Toter. No, so the whole time we're thinking his name was a joke online. And then later on, we're like, dude, what is your name? And Goon was not his real name, but Toter Brnijev.
So who are you now? Is that about a relationship?
About any relationship, really. You know, I had a really big life thing that happened to me in December last year, where I lost my job on Christmas.
Oh my God!
And the company I worked for nearly 7 years, and had a 401k and had my had health insurance and having a baby on the way and helped doing all that stuff. Just the rug pulled out from
on
underneath
Christmas.
me. Yeah, I was at a Christmas party, man.
Oh,
And the business completely just faltered. It was a lot of financial issues and all these kind of things that we knew that there were issues, but we didn't know it was like, hey, you're out of a job issues the next day. You know, I was at work on Friday, and on Sunday the company was completely closed.
Oh my God!
Yeah, and it was a massive Billboard, Rolling Stones all talked about it because it screwed a lot of artists. It made a whole dysfunctional thing for the industry. But that's a whole other podcast. With that being said, there were just people in there that saw that things were kind of weird and started making things weirder and worse and breaking things quicker than maybe it didn't need to be. And not to get like in a whole big soap opera, it just felt like, okay, so now that everything fell apart, is everything great with you? Like, are you feeling better about it now? Because a few people that really screwed this up put out a couple hundred of us out of jobs and out of healthcare and all this stuff. And I hope that you're feeling better because you were the righteous one telling me you were righteous doing this. But yeah, so who are you now?
Which I love that hook. I mean, you do kind of a falsetto on that.
Yeah.
It's great.
I appreciate you seeing that.
Are you feeling better? Are you feeling good? Can you live the life you wish you could? Who are you now? We talked about Tanzanite last year.
Yeah.
There's blood in my mouth and my teeth are kicked in. 1 year later, still true?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I shared the video to this one online. I love everything about this. I'm so broke.
Thank you.
The funk groove, the vocal performance, the background, I'm so broke vocals. This is a fun song.
I really appreciate you saying that. I love that song. We wanted to, this is kind of like our coming of age of like what life is like as a millennial, early Gen Z, whatever you want to say, person in their late 20s, early 30s, and the life that they kind of like, the hypocrisies that they kind of go through. And I think everyone, it doesn't have to be just strictly them, but just like, I'm so broke, yeah, it could be about money, and everyone's struggling with that, but it's just be morally bankrupt.
Yep. That's the message I took from it.
Yeah, I'm glad that this is why we like doing interviews with JV on that.
Emotional bankruptcy in my notes.
I love that.
Superficial success and emotional bankruptcy is what I wrote down here.
That's exactly what it is. Yep.
And this also seems like a shot at influencer culture.
You said it. You said it, not me, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which, is that going to stop at some point?
I don't know, man.
Has that crested yet?
You know, there was someone. What about like the boxing thing that just happened this week? I mean, a hero, one of the greatest of all times in boxing, at 60 years old, faces a YouTuber, you know, and then goes like what was it 8 rounds, but it was like the most like you just walked around and it's just you and me just being like, hey, stop it, and I had to look up why Jake was famous. Like, I was like, wait, why is this guy famous again? What did he do? Where is he from? And it was like there wasn't really a true answer to it. It was kind of like he's just famous. I mean, the Kardashian effect, right? You're just famous for being famous. And people, like, he's got his own drink line and people just want to drink. What does this guy know about drinks? Like, it's just like, there was an interview with Kanye West a long time ago when he was, I don't know, he was always kind of insane, but a little bit sane. And he says, you know, I love Lady Gaga, but what the fuck does she know about cameras? And like, why am I buying a camera from Lady Gaga or something like that? You know, it's just funny.
Where did you record the video for that song? Whose house was that?
That's Toter's dad's house. So Toter's dad,
Mr. Blah, blah, blah.
Mr. Verniger, yeah. So he is a truck driver, and he does not live at his home. He has his house. It's basically.
I was going to say, it looked like moving day.
Yeah, it's basically bachelor pad. He's got stuff that he's never there. I mean, 365 days in a year. He's probably there 20 days of the year. And
that's a hard way to make a living.
It is a hard way, but yeah, it is a hard way to, and sometimes it gets really tough. And Toto could talk more about that. But we were like, can we film a music video in here? And we shot it all ourselves. That's us. We just got our own cameras and we just did it ourselves. I mean, I'm sure any video director would be like, "Of course you did," but like, but for us, we were pretty proud of being like, "Hey, let's try to." Again, we're broke, so like trying to figure out how to make it as DIY as possible.
Which I think I've said this a million times. I'm surprised more bands aren't doing that. Like, you don't have to have that level of production. You can just get something out there.
Everything that we
you can do better than a lyric video. You can do something that shows your personality and your
most of the time,
creativity.
people just want to hear like 10 seconds of the song, anyways, on a vertical, on a vertical video, and that's it.
Let's put you back in the spotlight with the song "Stay." This is a beautiful song.
Thank you, man.
Where did this come from?
Well, this actually was going to be a solo song,
which makes sense because this is the spotlight is on you here.
Yeah, I think we were finishing up Simulation, or we had it just done, and
dollars down, but my ass is up.
Wow, that really stuck. I'm glad. It's interesting because we made fun of influencer culture for I'm So Broke, and I think that sometimes Eric was really nervous about the song because he thought that maybe it could come off as like maybe we're making fun of leaning too far, maybe a more of a liberal sense on stuff. Yeah. And I was like, well, I mean, I guess if you take it that way, but it's just being morally bankrupt, it could be anything. And then like Youth, that song is very much pointing more fun at more of a conservative view. And so I feel like no one's safe. That's music. We need to call out the hypocrisy and everything. But anyways, with Stay, we were done with Simulation, and Toter sent the guitar riff to me, and I was like, there's no way Marina City is going to do this song. I would really like this. And at the time, my wife said that we should be moving into a bigger house. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, we just bought this house like 3 years ago. Like, we need more money. We're gonna have a kid. We want to have a kid. We want to have a bigger house. We want to have expand. It's just like, dude, we just got married. We just did these things, and I was getting like nervous. I was thinking, I was like, man, like I feel like I haven't even got my legs underneath myself, and we're going to the next thing, and I'm so glad that we did those things. Mm-hmm. I'm so happy that we ended up getting the bigger house. I'm so happy that we had the child and my daughter, and I'm so happy we did those things. But at the time, it was like a part of me. It was like a death of an era for me.
Yeah, I get it.
Was going to happen, and I felt like did I relish in these moments long enough? And now you fast forward, and I'm holding my baby daughter in my arms, and I go on a trip in Vegas for a week, and I come back from doing the performances, and I see that she's a little thinner out. She's actually she could almost crawl. She's getting there. She couldn't do that just a week ago. And it's like, whoa, now you're growing up. Yeah. And can we just stay here for a moment?
And the Cat's in the Cradle and the Silver Spoon.
Yeah. No, I've listened to that song a lot. So, but I really Stay is about realizing that, like, wow, I didn't realize the sun was this beautiful, or the moon was this beautiful, or that we laughed this hard before. until now you have to leave. Now that I'm leaving, you realize all these great moments that you had in this specific moment, and you're going to miss it.
It's a great performance from you. There's also that gradual fade in, these warm keyboard sounds.
Yep.
Toward the end, it's just lovely.
That's Eric. That's all Eric. Eric is basically like the producer in the band at this point, and that's what makes it a Marina City song.
Mm-hmm.
If it was just acoustic, we would still be like, I don't know. But Eric comes in, and he's like, I got something that could make this cool. And that he just tied it in and made it the Marina City. And we're like, okay, we can release it now as Marina City. And I love it because it feels like at that end, I'm not singing anymore. It's instrumental, and the chords are coming in, and it just feels like you're staying in the moment. And you're thinking about all the things that happen, and then all of a sudden it just ends really quick, and you just wake up again. It's over in a blink of an eye. And I think that it's just this storytelling in songwriting. You have to storytell in lyrics and in music.
Yes.
And I think Eric, that simplicity of what he did made it really great.
I love all the songs on this EP are very different, but they're all Marina City. Like they represent every aspect, everything we've heard from you from day one through the present. Like,
thank you.
You figured out how to really present yourself.
I feel like it's only happening right now. Like we're writing stuff right now. We're calling it Reflections 2.0 because we don't feel like we're done with this.
Yeah.
We want to keep going. And honestly, if it was up to, well, I guess it is up to us, but like, I would love to do a full length. I really would. But it just feels like right now, the attention span and the ability to like fund a real full length is tough. So we're breaking it up in little bits so that you can get it, and then eventually we'll put it all together and then whatever. But
yeah, Reflections 1 and 2 would make a great side A and side B.
That's our whole point. And
dude, when you get your music onto vinyl,
dude, that's our goal. That's literally Reflections. Our goal, and I don't want to speak too much on it because I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, but maybe this will hold us accountable. Our goal is that we're going to do Reflections 1 and 2, and then release a vinyl and have an extra 1 or 2 songs on it, exclusively on the vinyl first.
Yes.
Release the vinyl. You got all the songs with that, and then we can release it in streaming later. But then we've always wanted to do a vinyl. Fans have been asking for a vinyl for a long time, and we just feel like now, I feel like everyone goes, oh, this is the best music we ever written when it's new music. I'm not going to say that. What I am going to say is that I feel like this is the most what Marina City is.
That's it. It's a fully realized sound.
Yes. We went through, we found the pop, we found the soul, we found the rock.
Yes.
We had to go through all those things to get right here to be like, okay, now this is what Marina City actually sounds like. And I just feel like this is our most authentic self right now than ever before because it's just so natural to us now.
Mm-hmm. And for people who came along for the ride at different points of the music, they're still getting what they want on this EP.
I think so. That's what I hope. Old, new, the middles, everyone. I've already seen it. I've seen some fans that were really big into the heavier days come by. I'm like, whoa, I'm really into this. Our new fans, even the people that that came from The Voice, that like found me from The Voice, like they really like it. So I'm really, really proud of it, and I'm excited for 2.0 because it's just elongates, it expands in this, and I'm just really excited about the band and where we're at artistically. I'm really excited about the band. Not just like, oh, I got this really great show coming up. No, like artistically, I'm really excited about what we're doing.
Well, you've got your core group.
Yeah.
You've got your sound together. By the way, thinking back to those early days, years later, I still have Man in the Mirror stuck in my head.
Thank you.
Did a nice job on that one. That one never left.
Thank you. I mean, we were real lucky because we did the Battle of the Bands thing. We worked with John Feldman with that one, which is a super producer and everything. And he taught us a lot about songwriting. It was like it clicked a lot in that session and learning about how to do that. And sometimes I had this whole like really convoluted chorus and it was stuff like that, and I really wanted to say all these things, and he was just like, you can actually say what you want to say in less words and be more powerful. I was like, oh, okay, let's do that. And Man in the Mirror was born.
I love it. All right, so again, the new EP is the Reflections EP. Marina City, firing in all cylinders. Hopefully we'll get to see you early in 2025.
Yes, you will.
some live shows. Always a pleasure. I'm glad I got to turn you on to Johnny's beef.
Oh yeah, thank you.
It's great.
It's fantastic.
It's never not great. Forgive the double negative, and it's cheap here.
Yeah, honestly, I saw the pricing too. I was
Yeah.
like, okay. And I don't hate myself right now.
No, like we said this, I could very easily go in for a second round. I'm going to exercise restraint because I
That's
don't
the only exercise I do.
I don't feel gross. I don't feel bad about myself. I'm going to walk away. Live to fight a new day.
I mean, no. I love Portillo's beef, but I'm telling you, after I eat Portillo's beef, I'm done for the day.
Yeah.
But I'm really like okay. Like I forgot I ate the beef. I just
And what did you learn today?
I learned that you got to have napkins. Oh, no, wait, that and gloves.
And
Always wrap it.
you got to scrub in. Always wrap it before you have a Johnny's Italian
Always
beef.
wrap
Ryan, thanks for doing this yet again.
Thank you for always having me.
Are we on an annual cadence at this point?
I think we're actually, honestly, I think so.
I think it's always in the fall too, isn't it?
I think about it. I'm always cold.
Because I'm pretty sure when we went to Freddy's, that was the fall.
It was.
And when I was with you in Singleton, that was December.
That was January. Oh,
You performed.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
to
it was
talk
December.
about the Thalia Hall show.
Yeah. And then we did one when you were in quarantine.
Yes. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
It may actually be every year. I love it. This is my favorite time of the year.
This is great. It's like Fright Fest at Great America. You can count on it every year.
When I know I'm breaking up the eggnog, I'm like, oh, it's almost time for a JV interview.
All right. Well, let's plan on this again for next fall, unless other things come up that demand we talk sooner, which I
Sounds
have no
great.
problem with.
Always a pleasure, man.
Thanks,
you.
Ryan.
Thank you.